Today is Sunday, April 11, 2021. We're filming another 4-part series. So for the next 4 weeks, you're going to hear me say, today is Sunday, April 11, 2021. Part 1, we're going to take a look at Suwari Waza KokyuHo Kaeshi Waza. Part 2, we're going to take a look at Aihamni Katate Dori Ikkyo Kaeshi Waza. Part 3, we're going to take a look at Gyakuhamni Katate Dori Shihonage Kaeshi Waza. And part 4, we're going to take a look at Shoumenuchi Iriminage Kaeshi Waza. I'm doing these Kaeshi Wazas because for the past several weeks, we took a look at ukemi and how important it is to learn ukemi in a certain way so that you can actually use it as a Kaeshi Waza. We're over here at the Texas Rock Gym where we have lessons every Monday and Wednesday from 6:15 p.m. to 8 p.m. If you're in the area, stop by for a class and try it out. Tomoko?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on Kaeshi Waza?
Kaeshi Waza is very hard for me. I'm just worried about how to do techniques. You know, one person attacks and then the other person does techniques. And then Kaeshi Waza is like 3-part. You attack, somebody's going to do uke. No. You attack and then they do the technique. And then you have to do technique on the technique. So it's really hard.
Yeah, it's a little
confused.
Yeah, it's definitely a little confusing because one person, like traditionally we do, one person attacks, one person does the technique. And this time we're doing one person attacks, then the person doing the technique is trying to throw the person, and then the person that did the initial attack is turning the technique around and doing a Kaeshi Waza. So yeah, it is a little confusing, and I agree. This is a little bit more for advanced practitioners. Like once you get very comfortable with doing techniques, I think this is better. But I think this is really important because a lot of times people are trying to throw, right? So Aikido is about taking someone's attack and protecting yourself and also protecting the person attacking, right? Doing a technique. But then it's so easy for those roles to reverse. You attack me and then I try to throw you, but I'm throwing you. In other words, I'm attacking you.
Right.
You know, I'm using force to throw you. So then, or I'm using force to put you down instead of actually focusing on technique. So then the Kaeshi Waza, what it really does is when you really challenge your partner with the Kaeshi Wazas, then you're pushing your partner to focus more on technique and not on brute force to execute the technique.
I think it's more for like a real situation, right? Like you're preparing yourself for a real situation because you know, you have to admit, like everybody who starts Aikido and then see the advanced people training, when you see the really fancy, when they're doing fancy ukes, like you used to do it. Kato sensei throw you so hard, but you would do the beautiful uke and then everybody's like, wow. That's like big attraction in Aikido. So when you see a cool looking break falls, and then you get attracted by that, and then everybody wants to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
But it doesn't work in real life on the concrete.
Yeah.
So I guess you have to train both.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like that thing that we talked about when we were in Austin, where like there's so many different ways to do Aikido, and it's fun to learn different ways, and it's important to understand what ways are for what. For example, you know, I used to train on concrete, and you don't do those big break falls on concrete.
Right.
I mean, you would get hurt. Right. And then we used to train pretty regularly on concrete, and I remember the first time I did Aikido on concrete when I was living in Japan. A really good friend of mine, Sean Askew, we went to, Sean was a ninjutsu practitioner and I was an Aikido practitioner, and we'd get together and we would train together and exchange ideas, and we went to this beautiful temple one day and we were training on the concrete floor, and that was like my first introduction to training on concrete, and then that really transformed my ukemi and made my ukemi very soft.
Right.
Like I didn't want to get hurt. Yeah.
And maybe ninjutsu was a little bit more for the real situation, right?
So today we're taking a look at Suwari Waza KokyuHo Kaeshi Waza. I will be removing the microphone so that it doesn't get damaged when we're doing the technique. But before I do that, I would just like to explain, we did the back fall standing up, in a past video, so please check that out. The way we're moving the hips, turning the body and turning the feet is very important. And I'm just going to, because we're doing this Suwari Waza, I'm just going to do a refresher, or actually a short little explanation on how we do that in Suwari Waza. Okay, so Tomoko, will you scoot over a little bit? So again, I'm in Kiza, and what I'm doing is I'm churning up like this, and then just going down and up, right? So this is the same thing we do. Go ahead and watch that video that we did last time, and in the Ushiro Ukemi, so I'm attacking Tomoko, she's coming up, I'm coming up, churning my hips like this, and then just doing a back fall, and that's it, right? So this is how we're going to do the Kaeshi Waza, and using the ukemi, the way we fall, in order to transform the technique when someone's doing a technique to you. And this really only works is when someone's trying to throw you. If they're actually performing the technique, it's really hard to get this to work. So I'm going to go ahead and take this mic off, and we're going to go to mic-less. Okay, guys, so Tomoko's going to do the technique.
I'm good.
Yeah, so you're going to come here, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, but cool. Okay. Let's do it again. One more. Please remember to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when we upload new videos. And I will see you on the next episode.